Magandang umaga sa inyo, mga kabansa. Kayo ay nasa Iparas kay Paras. At ito yung lingkod Ado Paglinawan na nagbubukod ng pagbati para sa aking kaibigan na si Eli Saludal.
Ay, magandang araw po sa ating lahat, mga kababayan.
At ang ating sekretary.
Magandang hapon po. Paring Ado, it's nice to see you again this time. At ang ating kaibigan din, paring Eli Saludar. Of course, ang ating mga mahal na mga kababayan na nanonood at nakikinig dito sa ating podcast, Iparas kay Paras. Of course, we cannot detach our, ikangay sympathy to our people. Especially now na naglaganap ang mga storya tungkol sa napakalaking kabulastugan sa corruption. Na wala pa rin tayong nakikita na lunas. Wala pa rin tayong nakikita na may mga makukulong dahil sa plunder na ginagawa nila. At ang main witness, I would consider Saldico as the main witness because he is not the most guilty. Saldico, because pinapa-itsapuira si Saldico para hindi makapag-testify ng kung sino pang nasa ibabaw sa kanya. Kaya he is protected while he is away. There is a clamor for him to come forward, pero hindi siya nakikinig sa hinaing ng tao na pumunta siya because alam niya na protektado siya sa mga nakakataas na mga conspirators niya dito sa napakalaking plunder ng pera ng bayan dito sa ating bansa. Isang tao lang ang tinuturo na may kagagawan nitong lahat kasi kung hindi siya bobo at estupido, pinag-aralan niya ng gusto yung General Appropriations Act, ay walang pera na mailabas sa DPWH. Walang pera na gagamitin ng DPWH para sa pag-implementar ng mga ghost flood control at substandard flood control. Kung ito po ay hinarang ni Marcos dahil sobra-sobra ang dinagdag na insertion sa National Expenditure Program. Pero kung walang kinalaman si Marcos, paring Eli, hindi dapat niya napalusot yun. Pinag-alalan niya kasi nagyabang siya na isa-isa niyang binabasa yung every page.
4,095 pages.
Hindi ba?
At wala raw siyang makita.
Wala siyang makita na kababalaghan.
At saka hindi lang basta binasa. Ano sabi niya? Talagang ina-analyze.
Ina-analyze pa.
Scrutinize.
Yes.
Scrutinize.
So, ibig sabihin talagang...
And out of the 481 billion na in-insert or dinagdag sa specifically for flood control only. Flood control funds. Ang binito niya out of the entire budget was only 29 billion. So, natural, nagkasabwatan yan. Kasi, anyway, we will discuss in another episode.
Okay, yeah.
So, ito po, dahil nga siya ngayon ang tinuturo at pinagtakpan ni Soto at ni Lacson yung testimony ni Gutesa na magkaroon ng foothold in the eyes of the people, kaya nga nila dinedicate yung issue doon lamang sa notary public.
Ah.
Ah? Oh.
Okay, executive natin itong at sa maraming kapapanood lang, no? Ako napanood ko rin itong podcast ni Pangulo Marcos Jr. At ang sinasabi niya, na-shock daw siya. Dahil sa parang lumilitaw na tinanggal sa ilalim ng Duterte administration, yung sistema, yung pag natapos ang project, pag turnover, may acceptance mula sa LGU. So, ikaw, bahagi ka ng Duterte administration. Meron bang ganong sistema at patakaran na Secretary Jing?
Walang ganong sistema. Siguro dahil sa kabubuhan niya, hindi lang niya na naintindihan masyado ang sistema. Maybe he is referring to the local government as the implementing agency. At doon lamang ang mayor or ang head executive ng local government ay pirma ng acceptance. Pero kung if the project is purely under the implementation of the national government through the DPWH, only the DPWH, parang pwedeng mabusyoso ang mga mayors, mabusyoso, pero wala siyang karapat-dapat na mag-issue ng certificate. Kung hindi bobo itong presidente na ito at hindi niya pinag-aralan yung dinadaldal niya, pakinggan muna natin.
Sige.
Pakinggan muna natin kung kabubuhan niyang pinagsasabi niya. Okay.
Boboin talaga.
To the local government executives and say, tapos na. Natapos namin yung project. Inspeksyonin nga namin ngayon yon. Pag nakita namin hindi maganda ito, hindi tama itong ginawa ninyo. Hindi ko pipirmahan yung acceptance. Dapat, pag hindi ko pinirmahan yung acceptance ng local government, hindi mababayaran ng kontraktor.
Okay.
Sa tawagin yung kontraktor, tignan mo ulit. Hindi tama itong ginawa ninyo, ayusin mo. Pagka naayos nyo yan, pipirmahan ko ito, mababayaran kayo. Yun ang sistema noon.
Yun ang dapat.
Apparently, in the last administration, they removed that entirely.
Okay.
And I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked because this is like standard procedure. This is like, you don't think about this anymore.
Talaga.
So, with due respect, nasa-shock din ako sa stupidity mo, Mr. President. Because you're talking of two different things. Alam mo, ang keyword nito, para sa kaalaman mo, sino po ba ang implementing agency?
Yun. IA.
Kasi, it will be absurd if hindi ka implementing agency, another agency is the one implementing, tapos local government, halimbawa, in-implement yung project ng DPWH sa isang barangay, sa bayan ng isang mayor. Paano siya Is any stupid mayor gonna sign any document na wala siyang kinalaman sa pagpatayo ng infrastructure na yan?
Yung LGU, wala sa loop.
Alam mo, Mr. Marcos, naging senador ka naman. Ako, naging congressman.
Naging governor pa yan.
Naging governor.
Congressman.
Wala pong pinalitan na proseso ang panahon ni Noynoy Aquino, ang panahon ni Duterte. This process had already been in existence since time of Macapagal and Ramos. Na it is the implementing agency, the head of the implementing agency will, of course, sign the acceptance kung ang project ay maayos. Pero ito po, Mr. Marcos, I will remind you of the time when you were a senator and I was also a member of the Congress, of the House. Mayroon po tayong sinasabi na PDAP. Tapos doon sa PDAP, mayroon kayong 200 million, mayroon kaming 70 million. Now, nag-stop. Okay.
Sa PDAP.
Now, doon sa amin, mayroong 40 million hard at mayroong 40 million, mayroong 30 million soft. Doon sa soft, mayroong menu. At pwede namin, halimbawa, pwede naming magpaalam sa DBM at the time na a certain amount, instead of implementing it for computers, itutulong namin sa local government unit. Let's say, sa 30 million mo, maglagay ka ng 5 million sa isang city. Oh. At nilagay mo doon to build a school building. Oh. Worth 5 million out of your 30 million. So, ita-transfer yung funds doon sa local government.
Yun.
Ha? Bibigyan sila ng NCA, notice of cash allotment, at it is the local government that implements this project, itong school building.
And later on, accepts.
And later on, pagkatapos,
Completion.
it's the mayor para makakulit.
Oh.
Yung contractor na dinesignate ng local government to construct, there must be a certificate of acceptance from the mayor para makolekt ng contractor doon sa local government na may tangan ng pera na nilipat ng congressman.
Pero,
True.
ano nangyari sa PDAP na yan?
Ang pinap na yan, was outlawed
By?
by the Supreme Court. Oh.
Oh.
So,
Sa Belhica case.
so paano mo sasabihin na
Doon tumigil.
tinanggal ni Duterte or the previous administration? On the other hand, yung sinasabi kong isa namang bagay, ito naman, doon sa 40 million na share ng congressman, puro infrastructure yun, kaya natawag nila hard project. Doon sa 40 million, the funds is directed to the Department of Public Works and it goes to the district engineer. The district engineer, so the congressman, dahil may menu siya, pwede siyang magpagawa ng roads, road opening, flood control, repair of school building or road opening, or another infrastructure, repair of school building. So, yung pera na yan pupunta sa DPWH. The DPWH will now bid it to a contractor. Once it's finished, it is the DPWH that pays. Walang acceptance ang local government kasi wala naman silang kinalaman doon sa project. Napaka-bobo na ganitong tao na ito. I don't know where you got your information, because if you are so dumb, may nagturo sa'yo, may nag-explain sa'yo, hindi mo nakuha yung explanation. It's only the implementing agency that can accept the project because may knowledge sila. Halimbawa, ito ngayon, implemented by the DPWH, isang school building. So you want the mayor to accept it? How can he accept? Kung ako mayor, sabihin ko, paano ko i-accept yan? Hindi ko man alam yung
Kung gaano katibay ba
gaano katibay yan or anong mga because wala
Maging
naman
accountable pa ako dyan.
maging accountable ka.
Tama.
Di ba stupid ka, Marcos? Sa mga pinagsasabi mo?
Kaya
Dadamay
mababa
pa
yung mukha sa aspat sinungaling. So, sila kay
Hindi ko alam kung saan mo kinuha yung information na yan na may mga rules na ganyan. Alam mo, the key to this is who is the implementing agency.
Yun.
And it's only the implementing agency, the head, mayroon nga yung tinatawag na head of the procurement agency. Oh. Or head of the procurement entity. So if it's the local government, the mayor is the hope. So siya magpapatupad ng construction. At siya pipirma.
Siya
Nung mga terms of reference sa bidding,
Yeah.
siya pipirma ng recommendation ng Bids and Awards Committee He is conversant all the way. That's why, pagka dumating na yung final, alam niya kung ano yung pinipirmahan niya, acceptance. Pero kung DPWH ang nag-implement, tapos isusubo mo sa mayor, anong klaseng stupido to yan? Huh? You're mainly a stupid person. That's why you don't deserve to sit there longer, Mr. Marcos. Tapos magbibigay ka ng opinion sa ano mo, ano ba, podcast mo.
Sa
You are giving wrong information to the people.
Fake news.
Oo. I mean, with due respect, sir, wala akong personal against you because I know your category as a educated person. Alam ko, drop out ka sa law school at wala kang alam talaga. Pero I don't have any personal thing with you. Pero kung magdadaldal ka, pag-aralan mo naman yung dinadaldal mo. Because pinapakinggan ka ng buong bansa at people are, judging you for what you are saying. Eh. Di ba pare? O kayo, mag-comment kayo doon sa pinagdadaldal itong tao na ito.
Ako nasasyak dahil magkaroon lang na isisisi sa dating administrasyon ay bibira ng bibira. Kaya, marami na stress pag nagsasalita ito. At saka, marami nagpa-fact-check agad. Kasi talagang
ako pa sa kanya, bago siya magdadaldal, or wag na lang siya kaya magdadaldal, mas mabuti pa sa bansa. Kumuha siya ng magaling na spokesperson. It's not, hindi yung lukaret, ha?
Hindi ulo na aso.
Spokesperson yun.
Hindi ulo na aso, ate.
Hindi yung aso ulol, ha?
Pag nakaamoy ng pera, kakagat.
Hindi yun. Dapat mayroon siyang talagang katabi parate. Pag nagsasalita siya, ibig siya magsasalita, ito yung pasalitain niya. Maybe a lawyer, a good, an articulate person.
Yun ang mag-i-elaborate.
Yun ang mag-i-elaborate. Kasi kung ikaw kasi nauutal ka, ka, tapos hindi mo pa pinag-aralan yung gusto mong sabihin, na wala ka doon sa tono, people will bash you. Diba?
So, pinag-uusapan yung issue sa yung nakaraan, nung ikaw pa'y kongresista at si Pangulong Marcos ay senador, yung sa mga dito may binabanggit din si dating Governor Chavit Singson na kasama pala itong si Marcos na nakasuhan sa Napoles.
Yes, ito na nga ang malaki ngayong tanong ng karamihan. Na paano na tayo kung ang presidente ang nagpapaimbestiga ngayon ay isa ding kurakot noon, allegedly. Paano tayo maniniwala na masosolve yung problema ng corruption, kurakot, plunder, crocodile pocketing money of the people. Kung dati ng kurakot yung nagpapatakbo ng gobyerno.
So wala siyang moral ascendancy? Walang
moral ascendancy itong presidente na ito. Si Cayetano, binabakbakan na siya doon sa kanilang debate. Ito, kaibigan niya, tumulong pa, gumastos pa sa kanyang kandidasi. At saka, Pelo Ilocano, anong sinasabi tungkol dito sa Marcos Jr. na ito? Ito.
Kung babanatan niyo ako ng mga kasinungalingan, babanatan ko kayo ng doble. Hindi ko lang nadala yung papel dito. Sa susunod, papakita ko, senator pa lang, ang presidente, may kaso na, yung Napoles, dinemanda na siya. Nakademanda siya. Pakuha mo nga yun. Hindi ko lang nadala. Yun ang on record. Ako, binabato nyo, puro haka-haka, puro sali-salita na hindi totoo. Ito, pag nagsabi ako, totoo. Sinong may kaso? Nademanda si Senator Bongbong Marcos. Panahon ni Napoles, kasama siya ron. Sabi ko to, hindi ko sinasabi to dahil lang sa kasinungalingan mo, sasabihin ko lang to. Sige, magsinungaling pa kayo. Eto. Bongbong Marcos sued for plunder over pork barrel scam. Ayan ang nakarecord. Madam Spokesperson. Eto. Girl, tingnan mo ito, girl. Ito. Bongbong Marcos sued for plunder. Plunder filed versus Bongbong Marcos over 205 pork barrel scam.
Yan galing sa bibig ni Chavit. Pero ito yung news item during the time.
Sige.
Ito, Marcos Pidao.
Basahin ni Kado.
Ito.
A group called Ibalik ang Bilyones ng Mamamayan filed plunder charges against Marcos and his former consultant Catherine May Maya Santos before the office of the Ombudsman last week for his allocation of 205 million of his Priority Development Assistance Fund, PDAF, bogus non-government organizations, NGOs, of alleged pork scam mastermind Janet Lim Napoles. The 18-page complaint said Marcos allotted his PDAF to 6 Napoles NGOs. The complaint said that the release of the funds was made through 9 special allotment and release orders from the Marcos office to NGOs of Napoles from October 2011 to January 2013. Caught in a chance interview last week in the sidelines of his campaign in Las Piñas, Marcos said he was no longer surprised
With the allegation.
with the allegation.
Pero mayroon bang pwedeng haka-haka lang na aligasyon? kung sino-sino ba ang pinahila noon? Si Bong Revilla, si Jinggoy, may mga congressmen na convicted, si Enrile convicted, yung girlfriend ni Enrile, si Gigi, were also
Reyes,
Gigi Reyes, so and so on and so forth, no? So, mga kababayan, lahat sila nakaligtas. Why? Because the big fish always gets out of the, ano bang tawag niyan?
Fishbowl.
Fish
Fishnet.
aquarium. Pagka nailindol, nakakalabas kagad ang mga malalaking isda doon sa aquarium. That's why ito si Carpio Morales, who was dating ombudsman, anong sinasabi niya tungkol sa mga big fish? They get away with it. At saka anong sinasabi niya tungkol kay Marcos?
Kasi may binanggit mismo si Pangulong Marcos na wala raw siyang sasantuhin.
Wala raw siya.
Kahit kamag-anak, ka-alyado, kaibigan, basta dito raw. Sabi. Kaya
pero noon, sinasanto siya ng kung sino man yung mga kaya nakaligtas siya sa kurakot niya noong panahon na yun.
Ba't nakalusot yan sa PDAP?
Ano mo naman? Ang tanong mo, bakit nakalusot si Bong Revilla? Bakit nakalusot si Jinggoy? Same old story.
Okay.
Kaya nga, sinasabi ni Carpio Morales, na dating ombudsman,
dating justice din yan.
Yung mga malalaki, nakakalusot. Ito, pakinggan natin itong interview ni Carpio Morales with Karen Davila.
Wala siyang sasantuhin, kamag-anak man, kaibigan o kaalyado. Do you believe him?
I won't even give him the benefit of the doubt.
Why is that?
Well, because there have been some instances where he had said something, but he did not comply with it, or he welched on his promise.
So you don't...
But there's always a first time. No, my question is, why did not Martin Romualdez ask the DFA to cancel the passport of Zaldico? He seems to be covering up for him. He seems, I said, I did not say. Because to date, while they may have undertaken to cancel his travel authority, his passport is not being canceled. But it should have initiated by Martin while he was speaker.
If this government is serious, what actions should they do to bring Zaldico back home or bring him to justice? What can they do?
Cancel his passport.
That's number one.
Because since there are no charges yet, they cannot order his arrest. Nakalagay sa dyaryo, hihingin daw nilang Interpol. But there have been no charges. What they probably would do is to summon him to answer questions, but he's not being summoned.
Flood control, we've discovered, has been a milking cow for corruption.
Yes, even entire country, even in Ilocos Norte, it's the Discayas who are the contractors. All throughout, but they are very selective. They only concentrate on Mindoro, Bulacan, whatever.
Yung
Mamaya pa, Sek. Kinatay ko.
So, yun, mga kababayan, yung dating ombudsman, hindi naniniwala sa sincerity and seriousness ni Marcos in going after the culprits of the great plunder of our taxpayers' money. So,
Ni Katiting, tinanong ni Katiting, hindi niya binigyan ng...
I will not even give a benefit of the doubt.
So, yan, matino na ombudsman.
Naging justice.
Naging justice, walang bahid ng corruption.
Pinasuspend na yan, Senador.
At saka...
pinasuspend yan si Joel.
Tama. Ito, sa isang issue natin.
So ito,
ICI.
Sa ICI, ano bang masasabi ni Justice former Justice Conchita Carpio Morales at naging dating ombudsman din? Ito.
Binuong ICI ni Pangulong Marcos Jr., are you optimistic with the investigation, the powers, and the results?
Well, to begin with, I cannot be optimistic because the hearings are supposed to be held in secrecy. They don't involve the public. I don't understand why, because even the courts, sitting as courts, it's open to the public. It's only when, in the interest of morality and decency, that the judge may conduct hearings in private. Ito hindi naman morality or decency. Immorality and indecency. Indecency not in the literal meaning of the word. So I don't understand why they don't do it transparently. They don't do it publicly.
The ICI said they don't want trial by publicity.
The mere fact that Congress or Senate conducts hearings openly, it is not trying by publicity. Because people who will decide will be the ICI people, but their decision will only be recommendatory. It should be the ombudsman really who should do the investigating. But today, there is no ombudsman yet.
I'm curious, were you ever offered to join the ICI? Because you have so much feedback from people saying Conchita Carpio Morales should be in the ICI.
I don't know if I should reveal this publicly. Yes, I was. I was asked to be the legal representative because they said they wanted an engineer, and that's Babe Singson. They wanted an accountant, that's the lady from the CISIP Gores, and they wanted a lawyer. So they tapped me. So I said, I'm too old for that. And then they said, no, you're not. And then I said, I don't think I can handle that. No, you can. And then they said, please, for the love of country. Oh, of course, I've always loved my country. They insisted. So I said, I'm impervious to influence. I was very frank. I mean, that was, I think, to be the last straw. So I said, I don't like it if and when I should be there. I don't like anyone to interfere in my work. So, and all that, there was no reaction, but so they said, please, for love of country. And then, so, okay, give me a day to reflect on. And then they said, no, I'll give you 1 hour. Then I said, no. Then they said 2 hours. Okay. In the interim, I tried to conjure things I would be putting as condition in the event. I would not be honest if I say that I was not open to it, but I was not very sure about it. So I had mental exercise. I said, what will I put as conditions? Of course, one of the conditions was that they should not interfere in my decision, however I wanted to conduct the investigation. 2 hours never came. I didn't receive a call, neither did I call. Why should I? Was I salivating? No way.
At palagay nyo,
That could have been one of the reasons.
would you have taken it?
No, if they accepted my conditions, I will probably have taken it. Conducting hearings in secrecy, I would not have allowed that. So I would probably have been fired. See? If I were fired, look at that. I would mutilate my pristine, I'm sorry to say that, pristine reputation.
Are you satisfied with who makes up the ICI today?
Well, I like Babe Singson. I know he's very honest.
Yun na po yun.
Yun na.
Paano po yung the representative of the justice system?
Well, let the people judge. But they cannot judge him because the conduct of the hearing is secret.
Very frank and honest ito si ano. And it boils down to the manipulative way that Marcos really does things. Huh? Can you imagine pinapairal mo sa publiko na the name itself, Independent Commission for Infrastructure. Huh? And yet, challenge ni Carpio Morales. Oh, sige, I will accept it if I will be totally independent. Nobody shall interfere.
Yeah.
Pero inatras na. Kasi, because gusto ni Marcos i-manipulate yung result nitong, kaya nga, secrecy. Because, paano mo naman ilalahad sa publiko kung pinsan mo, anak mo, tulad nung sinasabi ni Governor Chavit Singson na bakit nakarating ang mga diskaya dito doon sa Ilocos Norte? Oh, bakit yumaman yung mga tao nakapaligid ni allegedly nakapaligid ni Sandro Marcos, yung chief of staff, yung kanyang kapatid ng chief of staff. Oh, nakapagpatayo ng mga magarang mga mansion-like houses. Oh. So yung mga ganong aligasyon, no? So paano mo ipapasok yan sa ICI? Kaya dapat incomplete secrecy para pagdating sa final decision, i-scratch lang ni Marcos yung mga pamilya niya. Scratch.
So
Kaya ayaw ni Carpio Morales dahil manipulation ang ginagawa ni Marcos.
So, hindi na pala ICI ngayon.
Ano ngayon?
ICU. Internal.
Internal
unit.
Pero maganda yung punto ni dating ombudsman.
Okay.
Kasi parang bakit na ang nakatuon ngayon Mindoro lang tsaka Bulacan.
Oo nga.
Ilocos Region, may nasabi, mismo yung mga diskaya nagsabi ang tayo project doon. Pray mo na Ilocos Region lang muna. Okay na kasi yun ang hometown ng Pangulo.
Supposed to be. And that is the clamor of Chavit. Pero isa sa mga nire-raise ni Conchita Carpio Morales, nire-raise din ito ni Chavit, nire-raise ng maraming tao, yung pagka-traidor or yung hindi tumitingin ng
utang na loob,
utang na loob or hindi tumitingin ng pinanggalingan.
May kasabihan dyan, di ba? Ang taong di lumingon, marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan.
Unang-una,
kung matinik, malalim.
Unang-una, sinasabi ni Justice Carpio Morales, inooperan siya. Pero walang sincerity. Walang sinceridad. Parang guguyuhin ka lang or ipa-float lang yung pangalan mo para magkaroon ng PR acceptance yung kanyang minamanipulate na ICI. Tapos si President Duterte, for all the years that the Marcos was clamoring for help from the government na mailibing yung tatay.
Sa libingan ng mga bayan.
Na nabulok na sa kabaong. Nangangamoy na sa kabaong. Wala, from Ramos from
Erap.
ERAP, from GMA.
Noy.
Walang presidente na nag-accept in spite of the unpopularity of that issue. Nangahas ang ating dating Pangulo Duterte in spite of the bashing against him. Pinalibing niya ang yumaong magnanakaw at diktador na Marcos Sr. Pero look at this person. Siya ang una na tumaridor kay Duterte at pinakidnap niya. Look at Chavit. Chavit was responsible for convincing Marcos to run for president kasi gusto lang sana niya vice president. Pero sabi ni Chavit, gagawa na ng gambit, tumakbo kang presidente, pero pag nag-decide si Sara, mag-slide ka lang sa vice president. So, pero tinrider din niya, si Chavit. Marami pa mga tinrider na mga tao. Si Vic Rodriguez, although I don't believe na tinrider niya because I still feel that Vic Rodriguez is pagkawala niya at spy niya sa opposition. Pero to some other people, Marcos betrayed him. So many other people na tinrider niya.
Okay.
And I suppose si Saldico, tinrider niya. And later on, si Martin, itatrader din ito. Kasi wala talaga itong Marcos Jr. na ito. So, yun po mga kababayan.
Okay.
Okay.
So, make your last words.
Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe dito sa Iparas kay Paras at i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Po.